November 18th, 2022. Hwasong 17 just launched successfully. These 22 meters of steel stand tall at Pyongyang International Airport. Then, it launches, climbing higher than any missile before it, reaching 6,000 kilometers into the sky. Kim Jong Un stands in front of it, proud, victorious, but beside him is someone no one expected, a young girl, holding his hand. She has never been seen before, and yet, the entire world is watching her. Who is she? Why is she here, and in one of the most secretive countries on Earth? Why would they choose to show her now? To understand why that girl was standing beside one of North Korea's deadliest weapons, we have to go back. Kim Il-sung builds a new country from the ruins of war. 2 years later, the Korean War began. By 1953, the land is split in two, and it never recovers, but something else takes shape. Not just a country, a system. One where power doesn't come from elections, it comes from blood. The Kim family. When Kim Il-sung dies, power passes to his son, Kim Jong Il. Under him, people don't lose power, they disappear. Generals, officials, even family. In 2011, he dies, and power passes again. This time, to his son, Kim Jong Un, young, unproven, but in complete control. In 2013, Kim Jong Un executes his own uncle, one of the most powerful men in the country. The message is clear. In North Korea, loyalty matters more than blood. For over 70 years, power has stayed in one family, 3 generations, one dynasty, and now another figure is stepping into the frame. November 18th, 2022. The Hwasong 17 intercontinental missile stands ready at the launch site at Pyongyang International Airport. Generals stand in formation. The supreme leader watches. Beside him stands the young girl, holding his hand like she belongs there. This is the first time the world sees her, but not the last. Days later, she appears again. She is seated at the center of a military banquet beside Kim Jong Un, flanked by the nation's most powerful generals. The next evening, she stands on the balcony of Kim Il-sung Square, watching missiles roll past beneath her. A child overseeing weapons built for war. By now, the message is impossible to ignore. Her repeated appearance by the side of Kim Jong Un and striking resemblance to the wife of the supreme leader cleared the narrative. She is Kim Ju-a, daughter of Kim Jong Un, and she keeps showing up. Missile sites, military events, weapons tests, not once, not twice, again and again. By late 2025, she was well known to the world. She boards the green train for her first international trip in Beijing, walking alongside her father to meet world leaders. She was positioned in the Successor's pocket, standing exactly one step behind and to the right of her father. In the rigid choreography of communist diplomacy, this isn't a family vacation. It is a demand for recognition. Her visit to the Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, the most sacred place in the North Korean cult of personality, marks another milestone. Standing before the preserved bodies of her grandfather and great-grandfather, her training as a possible successor seems complete. At about 13 years old, she is given a high-ranking role in the missile administration. The girl who once stood in the smoke of the Hwasong 17 is now formally tied to the weapons her father commands. In a country where every image is carefully staged, the change is clear. State media now calls her the respected daughter. Each appearance sends the same message to the military, the leaders, and the people. The Kim dynasty may be showing the next generation, but in a nation built on secrecy, the full meaning is still unknown. Is she being prepared to lead, or is this something else? August 10th, 2022, a senior North Korean official steps in front of the cameras. Her message is blunt. If South Korea continues its hostile policies, she warns, the North could wipe out its government. The person delivering it isn't a general, it's a woman, one of the most powerful figures in North Korea. She has appeared at the biggest moments, the 2018 Winter Olympics, sitting just meters from world leaders, observing, calculating, and commanding attention during one of the most delicate diplomatic moments on the peninsula. In 2020, a building near the border exploded into dust. The order came from her, and in 2026, she rises even higher in power. Her name is Kim Yo Jong, sister of Kim Jong Un. For years, she has stood at the center of power, but never as the successor. So if someone like her never took the throne, why would this young girl? This isn't the first time a woman stood close to power. Kim Sol-song, the elder half-sister of Kim Jong Un, once worked beside her father, managing parts of the leader's schedule and security operations. Then suddenly, she vanished from the picture. Then there's Kim Yo Jong, the younger sister of Kim Jong Un. She rose higher than almost anyone in the regime. She shapes propaganda, issues official statements, and represents North Korea at high-profile diplomatic events. But despite her influence, she has never been presented as the successor, because in North Korea, power follows one rule: the Peak-2 bloodline, and more importantly, male heirs, from Kim Il-sung to Kim Jong-il to Kim Jong-un, 3 generations. South Korean intelligence says Kim Jong-un's first child may be a son born around 2010, which raises the question, is Kim Joo-ae the future leader of North Korea? Or is she simply the newest figure in a dynasty that has always followed the same rule, distracting the public from the real heir? Because in North Korea, the person placed in front of the cameras is not always the person who will ultimately rule.